Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Stonekeep. And when last we left off, we finished exploring this part of the entrance to the temple. There is another part that we can explore later, but we can't get to that area from here. We have to actually go through the temple to get access to the other part of this level. And to go through the temple, we're going to need this equipped right at the start. We could fight the throgs in melee. We could also use our ranged projectiles. The ranged projectiles are really slow, and I'd rather not use them if I don't have to, and fighting in melee, even against one of the throgs, is very dangerous. But using fire, that is not so dangerous. And there is one throg. This area is patrolled very frequently, and if we decide to just stumble around in here, we will very quickly get surrounded and killed. But if we're very careful, we can take out the first few encounters here with not too much difficulty. The first thing we want to do is look this way, because there's going to be one enemy that's going to come this way, and we need to be ready for this enemy. Using fire here is a really good idea. You can most certainly just spray with the fireballs. It's best you don't, because if you don't waste mana that's very precious here. But taking care of this first enemy is very important, because this enemy can patrol right up to that door. We've only took a few steps in, and already we've encountered one foe. This enemy has a shield, and a sword, and a coin. The coin is important, and I've no idea why I keep unequipping the rune scepter. Really shouldn't do that, because we're going to need the rune scepter to take care of the second enemy here. There is a second throg that will patrol around, and we saw a throg right there. Can we get the throg to come this way? Not just yet. Maybe if we stand here, though. There you are, hello! Bad news for you, sir! You are dead. If you fire very quickly, they don't even get a chance to come up to you, because their first instinct is to raise their shields to protect themselves. It's a foolish instinct when fireballs are involved, and has that shield just disappeared into nothingness? No, the shield is there, but we can't actually grab the shield when we're right next to it. Well noted. There is one enemy over here that will try and attack us when we head over in this direction. One downside though, this enemy has a really weird patrol, and will stop right there and just look at us. We're not going to use our rune scepter against this one, because we need to preserve that mana for another encounter. What we do need to do though, is take care of this one, and not in melee. We're actually going to use the crossbow here, because I haven't showed off what the crossbow can do. The crossbow has an aim reticle, but you don't want to use this cross here to aim where you're going to shoot. Instead, I'm going to aim over here. And this will actually aim roughly where the throg is. Unfortunately, ranged projectiles and ranged combat in general in this game has the problem that you need to know where to aim, otherwise your shots will go very wide. And the problem with using ranged projectiles against the throgs is that they have a shield, and I believe it's factored in as a general damage reduction, because you need to deal a lot of damage, either in melee or in range combat to take care of a single throg. In general, facing these foes in melee is a very bad idea. They are strong, they hit rather hard, and they last a long time in combat. As you can see, a lot of our crossbow bolts are doing nothing. This is something that will most certainly happen with these enemies, and as you can see, we have ran out of shots already. Fortunately, just right-clicking here will automatically put the crossbow bolts into the quiver, so we can keep firing. There we go, we got a good hit there. Although without an ability to check what the health situation of a throg is, you just sort of have to blindly shoot here and hope that your attacks are effective. This level does like throwing traps at you. It likes putting you in a situation and going, by the way, here's an enemy, you need to take care of it right now. because the enemy is not on the map, and then suddenly the enemy is right there. It likes having events that are set off by you stepping on a particular square on the map. And there are a lot of enemies that will come after you and will chase you quite a long distance. This is just showing off how ineffective ranged combat can be, because these enemies in particular are very good at deflecting the attacks. If we were to use, say, the crossbow on the Shagas, it will be far more effective because they don't have shields. You could also use it against the serpents and the slimes and anything like that, and this crossbow would be pretty good. You can wait for the foe to not use its shield, and then you have a higher chance of being able to hit. But I say a higher chance, you will still sometimes miss. I don't know how you miss, considering the fact that it does look like it hits the opponent. But if you time your attacks, like I'm showing here, you will tend to get more hits in. I do say tend to get more hits in, though. It takes a while. I'm going to now show off what happens if you decide to attack in melee. This, by the way, is something I do not recommend you do, and we have already softened up this foe. This foe has taken a lot of hits from a crossbow, and I'm going to show just how much longer it can endure a fight in melee. Went over to the right hand side here, which means that Farli really can't hit, and that is a lot of hits that this enemy is sustaining. And now the Throg is dead, and dropped quite a few things. You can see a few coins there. We will very quickly grab these coins. There are 2. And nothing else. Look at how little health that we now have. We took a lot of nasty hits there. We're going to equip the Rune Scepter, because over here is some treasure. There's a problem with going over here, though, and that is that we instantly have these 2 enemies try to come and get us. But if you know they're coming, you can start firing fireballs at them. And this will most certainly take care of them, because they won't leave that area. I don't know why they won't leave that area. It's handy, because we can just kill these enemies without too much trouble using fireballs. If we hit, that is. We missed there. And do we have any... we have a little bit more mana. And you are dead. Brilliant. Downside, though, we only have 8 mana left in that Rune Scepter. But we have defeated these enemies, and we can grab everything that they have, which is a grand total of not very much. But what is over here that was worth all of this fighting? The answer is 1 healing root, another healing root, and that's it. 2 healing roots was our reward for fighting all of those Throgs. We also can now actually get into the temple itself. We really need to rely upon using the orb, though. The Orb of Afri will certainly help us when it comes to navigating around. Okay, there's a little bit up there. There are no enemies over there. We really do want to fill in the map as well. We don't want to have a situation where we end up going, I wonder what's over there. And then we spend our time backtracking into an area where a Throg is, and then we die horribly. Dying horribly can definitely happen in this level. It is advisable to backtrack a lot and get healing when you need it. We probably will do some backtracking back to the mana circle pretty soon. Here's a table. Nothing in particular about the table apart from the fact that it is a table. We want to have the sword equipped just for the moment and destroy this table, because there may be a hidden switch, and there is not a hidden switch at all. Anything over here? No enemies that are coming to get us. That's encouraging. There is this area that we can't yet go into, because these are blocking the way. We'll need to find a way to open that up. Maybe there's a way to open it from the other side. We definitely need to keep checking with the Orb of Afri, though. This is a dangerous floor, and we don't see any enemies so far. There will be enemies, though. They will appear. Can't hear them right now. Still can't hear them. Maybe there aren't any enemies around here, you think as you walk around, only to find that there are. Not yet, though. We have defeated 4 foes. There's a door there. There's a door there as well. There are lots of doors everywhere. We just need to take a few steps at a time and be very careful. Very careful indeed. What's in here? Ah, lots of nice things. And a trap. Be very careful of the trap.
Flame rune. Magic fire attack in front of the caster. Additional power increases size, damage, and range.
It was worth getting that. That is a good thing to get. Unfortunately, we have also had a status effect inflicted upon us that we have not seen before. We are weak. We'll just grab this, and that, and that, and this, and I think we're going to leave now. Ouch. That hurt a lot. It was worth it to get that spell, but it hurt a lot. If we find any encounters in melee now, we are going to be in some serious trouble. Because that status effect might not go away for quite a while, and I keep forgetting to use page up. Any foes nearby at all? There is one foe over there. We really don't want to fight you, but we really don't have much choice. So we're going to have to ready this, and see if you will come over this way. Will you come over this way? You will! How far will you chase us? You will chase us to here, and you will miss that, which is fine. And that is a few attacks. You are dead. Good, because that just expended all of the power in that rune scepter. It's empty. Fortunately, you dropped some really terrible stuff, like this meat that is rubbish and terrible. You also dropped that. That seems rather useful. We'll probably be using that at some point. So what was over here that you were guarding? And as you can hear there, the weakness status effect has now left. It's good, but we're still a little weak in the sense that, oh boy, do we not have much health anymore. Or Drake doesn't anyway. That is a dot that we have seen before. That is a dwarf. We could go over there right now and free that dwarf if we can. The key word here is if we can. We might not be able to do that. We'd have to go that way and this way. We could certainly try, but there is no time limit for this, and I'd rather we explore around and make sure that there are no enemies that are going to sneak up on us. Speaking of sneaking up on us, here's a door. This door appears to have nothing in it. I don't trust that, and we can't actually get the Orb of Afri to show us what's in there by standing that close. Anything in here? It would seem not. I don't trust that at all. Not even slightly. So I'm actually going to save before we even go in there, because that says trap all over it. All over it. We're going to have to get the rune staff ready with some fire. Definitely. Here we go. In we go. Nothing here. What about here? I'm actually tempted to walk through this backwards, because I get the feeling that once we get to a certain point, we're going to have a problem. Nothing here. What about here? This is stuck. We can't open this right now. Maybe somewhere in here there is a switch that we can use to make that open. I hope so, because otherwise we can't do anything in this place. Nothing there, or there. Is there a switch that will open that door? Because I imagine that door might have something pretty good in it. And then the door has nothing good in it at all. It may not have anything good in it. I can't see anything to open it. So we'll just carry on. Never mind, I thought there was a trap there. Turns out there was nothing there at all. We'll just keep going this way then for now. And hopefully not stumble into any enemies. Nothing there, but if I use the Orb of Afri, will any enemies be made visible? No. If I step into here and turn around, nothing. Nothing at all. I'm actually going to equip the sword in this hand here so that I can clear the... Ooh, that is probably going to open up that door, isn't it? Yes, it is. Either that or we found a switch that does something that we have no idea about. Let's just destroy all of these, shall we? We'd like to get what's in all of these, and then there's a slime. It wouldn't be the first time that the game just threw a slime at us. Ooh, a second one of those. That's going to be useful. We're not quite sure how yet, but it's going to be useful. Okay, time to use this. That's probably opened up that door. Let's go and check. Let's also equip that shield, because that shield is probably going to save our lives if we suddenly get ambushed. Speaking of getting ambushed, maybe using one of these many healing roots that I found isn't a bad idea. Or maybe 2. Or even 3. Just so that we don't have half of the health that we do now. Alright. Rune staff at the ready. It's time to go this way. And open this door. If this is where the mana circle is, if there is one. Ah. I think I know what this does. I think I know what this does. It's not a good thing to do. We could use this. Do we want to use it? No. No, we don't. It just zaps you. And it zapping us is a bad thing. It hurt. And we took some damage. Not a huge amount of damage, but we still took some damage. We can't, however, do anything else here right now, so we may actually go over to the area where that white dot is. Probably a good idea to do so. We also want to definitely... Ooh, actually, we could go this way. This way might be a good idea. We just gained a skill point somehow. We just gained a point of stealth, that's what we gained. That there is just showing that we regained our points of strength that we lost when we were weak. Because when we were weak, we lost those strength points. But we have them back now, and that's all that matters. Alright, Farli, what is over here? The answer is that this sort of links up to the rest of the area that we've already been in. Or rather, that we're soon going to be in. No enemies there, that's encouraging. I sort of want to go over here now. It's kind of a bad idea to go over here, though. Because there are enemies here. And how far are you going to chase us? You are apparently not going to chase us all the way. You're just going to, step over there and then move. Are you going to reappear? Or are you just going to stand there? You're just going to stand there. Now that is quite a clever tactic. There is one minor problem with this tactic. And that is that we can just do as much healing as we like. And then, hopefully, if we turn here, you will come after us. You will! You fool! That is going to get you all killed. And that is one of you, and that's the other one gone. Excellent! Now we can just explore this area freely. And maybe there'll be some cool things that you were guarding. Like, for instance, a switch. Or 2. Or 4. These switches will, open up these various places. Like this area. That seems to have nothing in it. But we will, most certainly open them all up, eventually. We'll have a look at all of them first, though. There's this one as well. This one is open. That is the game showing you that, this switch, the position that it's in, is the open position. Which is, down. So we need to, do that on that one, that on that one, and that on that one. And that will open up all of them. We may want to have a weapon equipped, because there's a good chance that one of these will have, something bad in it. But we know that one of them has someone that we really need to rescue. And, that is that white dot. Let's have a look over here.
Another of the folk these throgs must answer for.
Aye, and they'll answer to my skill, they will.
They have killed quite a lot of dwarves. but hopefully we can save at least one of them. Let's go over here, shall we? Ah, there is one dwarf here that is alive.
Dumber, we have come to free you.
But these runes are so interesting. Could you come back later?
This is no time for talk. There are throgs to kill.
You can come with us. We have found many mysteries so far.
That's nice. Yes, well, the shaman has been gone for a while, it seems.
I hope we can find a healer for him.
Nay, he has always been thus.
We have rescued Domba. Dumba has 37 health right now, and here is a rather bad looking piece of meat. Let's have a look at Domba's information here and see what he's good at. Farli is a good warrior. Domba is thinking. He seems to be slightly strong, slightly clumsy, and slightly healthy. His skill with dagger is poor, and he is untrained in axe and shield. Domba is not a good warrior. Domba is in fact a terrible warrior. And you can see that Domba is there, slightly at the back. Domba is not suited for combat at all. But we are going to have Domba fight enemies. So we're going to equip him as best we can. We could actually equip him with this weapon. I'm not going to, but we could. We're going to have him have this dagger, and we're going to equip him with the shields here, but the throgs have been dropping. It's better than no shield at all, and I thought that he wouldn't have his armor, and he does, which is good. And there is one more cell here, which appears to have nothing in it, apart from a skull. Getting another skull, always a good thing. Dombur was voiced by Milton James, and among his many roles, he's done the following. He was Aldenon and Siren in Neverwinter Nights 2. He was Baal in Diablo 2. He was Gorgon in the Ark the Lad TV series, and Sir Moneybags and various other characters in Spyro 2. And he was also the priest in Lands of Lore 2. He's had many other roles as well, but I always remember him most fondly as Domba. And when we come back, folks, we're going to continue exploring the Temple of Throggi. We have a lot of places we need to go, and we are not doing very well as far as health is concerned. I may actually go and use the mana circle at some point, but for now we still have a little bit of mana in our rune staff, and as long as we have some mana, we can quite easily take care of the many throgs that we'll encounter. There are more than just throg warriors here, though, and the other kind of throg that we'll encounter is a very dangerous foe indeed. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.